That feeling right there goes to a lot of us are not even ready for them. Not change in your reality. You gain that capacity by I made a switch in my praying and I started to focus more on gratitude, being grateful for where the Lord has me right now, where He has brought me previously, and where He's going to bring me in the future. Finding love in everything, no longer focusing on lack, but focusing on how everything in my life is perfectly curated for me right now, and I have everything that I need. I started to get a little bit more grounded in my life, back into my routine and everything. And I realized something. I spend a lot of time, as you guys know, listening to podcasts about quantum leaping and neuroscience and just energy in general, and how a lot of our energy is just being reflected back towards us in our reality. And it made me think about how we often have so many desires, rightfully so. We want to accomplish a lot in life and we want to achieve and have and obtain all of our desires that we want. But a lot of us are not even ready for them. Have you ever come in contact with something in your life right now that you were like, oh my gosh, thank God God did not give me this like 2 to 3 years ago, because I would have fumbled the bag. I would have fumbled really bad. The version of myself that I was 2 to 3 years ago would have not known how to deal with this situation, this person, this thing, this place, and I would have genuinely fumbled the blessing that the Lord was trying to give me. I know I have had a few of those moments, and I'm sure that many people have. That feeling right there goes to prove how important it is to actually have the capacity to hold something. And a lot of us don't have that capacity to hold what it is that we want or desire. You gain that capacity by working on yourself internally. So when you're in prayer, don't ask God for the opportunity or the job or the relationship or the new lifestyle that you're trying to achieve, but rather ask God for the capacity to hold it. Say you're working on a business. You have been pouring and pouring and pouring into that business. You haven't been seeing a lot of fruits coming from it, but you're in this like waiting season. You just know you have faith, but again, nothing's really coming from it. And maybe you're getting a little bit worried. Instead of praying to God about do something with my business, like make something come out of my business, ask the Lord for patience. Give me patience in this waiting season to trust you, to be obedient, to continue to be hopeful, to continue to have that mentality of faith. Please give me the patience. Give me the grace for myself. So I'm not beating myself up that I'm feel like I'm wasting my time or whatever the case is. And the moment that you start to switch your perspective and your thought process on it, you're going to start to see a lot change in your reality. Now, could it mean that, you start getting sales in the next few days and you start blowing up? Yes, I mean, that potentially could be. But it could also mean that you have now expanded your capacity to be open to having this business and working towards this business, that it gives you more faith a little bit longer to keep going. And then eventually, boom, you see the fruits of it. It may mean that your worriness that you've had around the business and the business succeeding goes away, and you no longer have that fear, but rather you have even more faith and you continue to keep going. Maybe that capacity change is just that you don't give up. You eventually are going to obtain what it is that you desire, the business that is successful and operating and running well. And this is kind of really what I wanted to focus on, because when I speak about having the capacity to actually hold something, there's usually something internally with yourself that is blocking you from receiving the blessing. I am a firm believer that we are made in abundance and God has all of the abundance ready to just unleash and literally let the guardrail up and just have it all come flowing into your life if you would allow it to. But of course, life is life, situations happen. We have mental blocks and energy blocks in certain areas of our life that we don't allow ourselves to be able to receive or hold the blessings that the Lord has for us. Every time I think about this, I always think about how when you are having faith in something, faith that something is going to be restored in your life, an area in your life, you always think about it one way, and then God shows out, right? He shows out. He shows how 10 times better he can give it to you. And it's like, oh my gosh, like I just wanted this one thing, but you have blessed me like abundantly, because he genuinely has so much for us, so much that he wants to bless us with. Sometimes we're just the only people standing in our way. Even if you don't know what it is, you don't know if you need patience, if you need the feeling of worthiness, the trust within yourself. You don't know what it is that you need to be asking the Lord for. You just ask him for the capacity to hold it. Lord, give me the capacity to hold a new opportunity in my life. Lord, make space in my life where you need to, so that way this new job opportunity can fit in. The more that you expand, the more that can come into your life. And that means actually on a 4D level, not physically. I mean, if you want to look at it from a physical standpoint, you know, when you get a bigger house, you get more furniture. Like you can put more things inside the house. But from a 4D standpoint, a spiritual standpoint, a mental and energy standpoint, you need to expand your mentality to see bigger. You have to have that zoom out lens and put yourself in the position to actually be able to obtain and hold and take in whatever it is that you're desiring. That's exactly why it works, because neuroscience has proven time and time again that we only allow ourselves to see as much as we're capable of seeing. I don't know if you guys have ever done the test where it's like, name 5 red objects in the room, and then you name the 5 red objects, and then the person's like, okay, now name 1 blue object, and you can't name a singular blue object. It's because you focused on finding the red objects in there so much that you missed all of the objects in there that were blue. That's exactly how it is with our mentality. You can only invite in as much as you're capable of holding. When you expand your mentality and expand your capacity, the more you'll be able to hold. So, of course, everything starts internally. But with this being said, start looking at areas of your life where you want change. You're tired, you've been asking or praying about something, and look at it from a standpoint of what could I potentially change about myself. And I know this is going to be hard because right off the bat, you might not even get it. Like it may be something so deep, like a fear of something that you were just like, I never even knew I had that or thought about that. But there's always something within the self that we can work on, because we're going to be evolving always, to get you to the point that you're looking for and to get you to obtain that desire that you want. It may just start from within. There's so many examples on this, and I feel like I could go on and on forever. Just being to change your prayer to start asking God for the capacity to hold it. Whether that be you need more patience, grace, love, trust, faith, the release of fear, whatever it is standing in between you and that blessing, address it and bring it to the Lord. Don't ask God for the opportunity, but ask God for the capacity to hold it. I love you guys so much. Thank you guys for watching today's video, and I will see you in another one. Bye.